going on, guys? It's Jeb over here on some BO2 for a little bit. There's a UFC event tonight. I put my picks out there maybe, and I was saying if my opinion changed at all, I would say something. I don't know if I remember if my opinion changed, to be honest with you, but I'm gonna go over these fights and go with who I think will win. So on the prelims, there's like 3 fights that are actually really, even the early prelims, people don't really know a lot of the names. So anyway, on the prelims, I think Cody Garbrandt versus Adrian Yanez. Cody Garbrandt is probably gonna get cooked, unfortunately. I like to watch him win, but I just don't think he stands a chance anymore. Gable Steveson against Elisha Ellison. Gable is like one of the biggest favorites, meaning like literally every single person thinks he's gonna win. It's not even close. I think Cody is, his decision making, his chin and stuff, I talk about it time again and again. Yanez has great boxing, he's got great striking, he's pretty smart about where he puts himself. Garbrandt really isn't, and I think he's just probably gonna take advantage of whatever Garbrandt decides to try to do. Garbrandt also is like a lot more gun shy than he used to be, which is like a problem considering his offense is like the only thing that he has like that's really a threat. So when his output drops, it's kind of like Gable Steveson against Elisha Ellison. I think they're gonna build Gable up the way that they're really supposed to against like a lot of these other guys. A lot of the time when the UFC wants to build somebody up and they want somebody to do well, they'll give them pretty easy fights to ease them into it. Gable Steveson, he's known to be like this highly decorated wrestler and shit. They likely learned their lesson from trying to press Bo Nickel a lot. They tried to put him up against RDR too quickly and he ended up getting dropped, so they don't want a repeat of that with Gable. I mean, who knows? Maybe Gable will push for like a higher and higher, faster ascension, but it's heavyweight. It's not like he doesn't have a lot of time. Gable's either gonna KO him or take him down and KO him or ground and pound him, anything. Nikita Krylov against Robert Whittaker. Robert Whittaker, he's built like a fridge. He's so solid and wide, dude. I'm not making fun of him. Like, he looks super solid, but unfortunately, Robert Whittaker is just not light heavyweight size. He's really not. He doesn't even have crazy measurements for 185, let alone 205. I mean, I hope Whittaker wins, but I don't know how much of a serious run he can actually make at this weight class, to be honest with you. I think Whittaker's wrestling will be less, you know, helpful for him at this kind of weight class, because a lot of these guys are going to be able to, like, not be technically as good, but be big enough to be able to overcome a lot of the things that he tries to set up, just based off of size and everything. I want Robert to win, but I think Krylov might cook him. If he tries anyone higher than this, I think it's not going to go well. He's so small in comparison. There have been some undersized fighters that have had, you know, success over the years, but... And 205 is really not that good. I mean, we got Yuri Prohashka and Olberg fighting for the belt. We have like a full clown fiesta division at the moment. I'll pick Robert, but I don't think he's gonna win. Bobby King Green against Terrence McKinney. To be honest with you, this is I explained this fight before as like a fight where you threw like a bottle up into the air to see if it was gonna break all over the street. And there's always that one time where you throw it all the way up in the air, multiple feet up in the air, comes back down and it lands at a certain angle and somehow doesn't break. Those are the odds of this fight not going the distance. Someone's gonna get KO'd in this fight badly. Terrence McKinney, he is do or die each and every single fight. He goes in there, he either finishes him or get finished. There is no in between. I do think that Bobby is a better fighter overall than Terrence is, but Terrence has abilities to, like, even if he doesn't use them, the possibility of him using them is enough for me, to be honest with you. Terrence McKinney can wrestle better, he's bigger, he's stronger. He goes in there, he crashes into people, and Bobby Green gives up space all the time. Terrence is gonna corral him in the corner very quickly, and he's either gonna catch Bobby or Bobby's gonna catch him when they get to that point. And that point is gonna happen insanely fast. Terrence is gonna go in there, immediately press him to the fence, and then we'll see who wins. It's a coin flip. I'm gonna go McKinney, though. I think McKinney has more ways to win stylistically. He's gonna walk him down and KO, or walk him down and get KO'd, or he's gonna walk him down, throw some shots, get hurt, and then start wrestling. And I don't think Bobby will be able to deal with the wrestling either. Royval versus Kavanaugh. I got Kavanaugh. I don't really have any good reason other than, like, I think stylistically Kavanaugh actually matches up pretty well. Kavanaugh gets tired. He does slow down a little bit, which Royval never slows down. I think Kavanaugh will trade back each and every single time that Royval does, and I just think he can hurt Royval. Corey Sandhagen against Mario Batista. Sandhagen beat Batista before a while back, though. I think Batista has gotten much better than, like, their original fight, but I still don't think it's gonna be enough. If he wins, cool, though. And again, all this reasoning and shit goes out the window. Again, considering that MMA is literally the most... I don't even know how to describe this sport. Shit doesn't make sense. We know MMA math doesn't work or whatever. We still use it to some degree to start getting like some sort of read on a fight. But the math doesn't actually math the way that you would hope all the time. So no math, I think Sandhagen wins that. Co-main event, Benoit Saint Denis against Paddy Pimblett. Benoit is the favorite. People rate BSD so high, but I don't know. I'm not, it just doesn't seem that like crazy to me that like Paddy doesn't stand a chance or something. I think stylistically, Paddy is good enough to not get dominated by like either of the things that BSD does well. BSD is a pretty smart fighter, I would say. It's entirely on how he wins his fights. He ends up exploiting the weaknesses that a lot of the other fighters that he matches up against. So if he knows the other person that he's fighting is not like a, what is this emblem? They're not doing what I think they're doing. BSD usually exploits. If he knows that somebody can't grapple, he'll grapple with him. If he knows they can't strike with him, he'll strike with him. I think Paddy, even though he's not a better striker, maybe the striking is a little bit closer. But in the grappling, BSD, I think, is definitely the better grappler overall. That said, I think Paddy is durable enough and well-rounded enough to not get dominated in one single spot of the game. And low-key, I think BSD is kind of depending on that. I think Paddy will be durable enough and he'll be able to outlast Benoit and end up taking at least 2 rounds. I don't think Paddy's just gonna sit there and let BSD control him and shit. Hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm really underestimating BSD's grappling ability, but I think that BSD will be able to get him down. I just don't think he'll be able to really do that much with it. Paddy has really good defensive grappling and everything. He knows how to get back up to the feet. He knows how to threaten submission. BSD kind of notoriously gets put in the pretty bad positions with submission. He'll put his head right into a guillotine. I got Paddy. I think Paddy will win. Then we got Conor McGregor against Max Holloway. I don't even think I would have picked Conor 5 years ago or 6 years ago. Last time that he even had a fight. I wouldn't have even picked Conor in his prime. Now, it is worth noting that they did fight each other before a long time ago, and Max has improved leaps and bounds since that point, and Conor has pretty much stayed the same. Anybody that thinks Conor is gonna win this thing, they kind of remind me of the people that were like believing in Mike Tyson against Logan Paul or Jake Paul or whoever it was, because somebody has built up like some sort of notorious like image or whatever that automatically wins them fights based off of like aura alone or whatever the fuck. People glaze the ever-living shit out of status. People overestimate like somebody's status crazy. Him being well known is not making him a better fighter. If anything, it made him a worse fighter. Had this catastrophic leg break the last time he fought, coming back after that injury, court cases, all this shit. I just don't think so. If he does it, that'll be crazy. It really will. And then it'll set up like him trying to shoot for the belt at 170, which again, I just think it's laughable. But if he does win, it would be cool, the UFC in general, but I don't see it. It's a hope and a dream. He'll probably look good and competitive for like the first round. He might sting Max here and there. Even though Max is one of the better boxers in the UFC, he's definitely not the best. He's got great output. He's landed a ton of shots, but he takes a lot of damage, and we'll see how he reacts to getting hit by Conor at 170. Conor at 170 is not necessarily known for KOing people stiff, though, to be fair. I mean, he hit Nate Diaz, I don't know how many times square on the chin at 170 years back when he was in a better form than he is now, and Nate was eating those. And really, Max Holloway is like better than Nate Diaz in virtually every single way. The striking, the chin, the overall game, the experience. Max is just better than him in every single way. And Conor lost to Nate the first time. After this one, I think Conor should be done. I thought he was already done all these years anyway. He should probably be done after this one. It's probably over. I might hop back on BO1 and try to snipe with the ACOG. I saw a few people trying to use that. Also, I had some people on that video talking about, well, don't complain. You said that the sniping was supposed to be hard. What did the OG games back? Here's the OG patch. It's like, yeah, but you don't have that energy for BO2, right? BO2 is not on that patch either. Also, there's a lot of people that don't seem to understand that, like, this patch, for the game's life cycle, all BO1 players do not view this current patch that they're on as, like, Black Ops 1, the true Black Ops 1 experience. Even though it's the original experience overall, it's still, that period only lasted for 1 month. Whenever you search up when this patch happened, the game was only in this state for a month. And then all of the years afterwards that everybody built, their muscle memory and all that stuff, the things they come to expect of Black Ops, all of that came afterwards. So you saying that, like, you wanted the OG games, here's the OG game. It is the OG game, but it's not the game that all Black Ops players knew. It's super bad faith. Also, a lot of other people, like, just don't even understand the mechanics of sniping and stuff like that. And they buffed it you can look it up yourself, and people are just refusing to. Anyway, UFC starting.